Hi, good morning, everybody. Hey, thanks for locking in. Last week I gave you some secrets to obtaining good credit. And this week, or today, I'm going to be sharing 5 easy steps to help you create a budget and actually stick to your budget. All right. Before we dive in, I have to read you a disclaimer. This content is for general education and information only, and watching this does not create a personal or relationship between you and I. Okay. If you need personalized advice on anything financial, marketing, event planning, you can reach out to me directly. I am Chanel, your friendly professional, and you can reach me at 772-480-1412. And as always, feel free to fact check everything I say or any information I give to you. I am not a gatekeeper. All right, I got the juice already. I'm just trying to pour you up a cup so that we can all drink, right? All right, so let's go ahead and dig right on into how to create a budget, right? So, creating a budget involves 5 core and easy steps. All right, so you need to calculate your income, identify your expenses, subtract your expenses from your income, track your monthly spending, and then adjust. That is it. Think, I don't even have to talk about. Okay. All right, so this process is going to allow you to plan and save and spend accordingly so that you don't, fall into debt and you got your finances in check, right? So the first step, let's get into the first step, is calculate your monthly income. So to do this, you're just going to determine the amount of money that you're bringing in. And you're going to use your net pay. So what your net pay is your take-home pay. After all your taxes and benefits and other deductions is taken out of your paycheck, that's what you're going to use. Now, you're also going to account for other sources of income, such as like child support, side hustles, or veteran benefits. Anything else you get on the side, you want to account for that too. Put that in your budget. And then you're also going to estimate for like irregular incomes that you don't get every month. So say your income varies. So say you make more one month than you would another month. You want to account for that as well. So if that's the case, that's kind of tricky. So if you don't make the same amount every month, you use your lowest monthly amount that you received in the past 6 to 12 months, and then you build a budget off of that. Don't go higher because you may not get that next month, if that makes sense. All right, step 2. You're going to identify and categorize your expenses. So basically, you're going to make little mini buckets, jars for every single thing that you spend, right? So food budgeting, car budgeting, mortgage, and all this stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you how you do it. All right, you're going to group these expenses into 2 categories, right? So you're going to do your fixed incomes, things that does not change generally. So this is like your car payments, your rent and mortgage, insurance premiums, debt payments like school, student loans, if you know, you know. Those are going to be your fixed expenses. You can't change those. It is what it is, right? And then your variable expenses is your second bucket, right? Second big bucket. You got little buckets inside that big bucket, but we're going to get there. So these are things like groceries, entertainment, going to see Chris Brown, you know how that goes, eating out, and clothing. Now, you don't want to forget about expenses that don't occur monthly, such as like holiday gift shopping and annual insurance payments. You want to budget for those as well. And how you do that is if you take whatever you spend at the end of the year, and then you just divide that by 12 and you set aside whatever that number is that you get, the result, set aside that for monthly. You put money into that monthly. Step 3, you want to subtract your expenses from your income. Now, the goal is to always be in a surplus. That means have more money available to you than you're dishing out. All right. So your income should be greater than your expenses. All right. Your total monthly income is greater than your total expenses. You have a budget surplus. You can direct this money towards savings or debt repayment goals. You put it aside and you have some extra money for Christmas. There you go. Now, on the other hand, if your income is less than your expenses, if you make less than what you're spending, we have a problem. You are now in a deficiency stage, right? You don't want to be there, all right? Step 4, you want to make sure that you're tracking your spending. So what I tell my clients is that a budget is only effective if you stick to it. Because I can make you a budget, or you can make a budget on your own, and then next month you can be like, I don't need that budget, and you go off rail, and your money is all out of whack again. So you have to stick to it. Throughout every month, you want to consistently track your spending and make sure you stay within those limits that you set. Monitor your progress. This is easy as creating a log for yourself on paper. Log every transaction you do, and you subtract it from your budget categories. So say we have a food category, right, of $500 per month. That's how much it takes you to fill up your refrigerator for you and your family every month, right? And you spend $250 of that $500 budget, you now have $250 remaining to spend for that month until your next budget cycle. It's as easy as that, right? Easy as pie. All right, so then you track your spending using a pen and paper, a spreadsheet, or a budgeting app. I will put some budgeting apps down below that you can check out. Or if you just simply do not have the time, you can always reach out to a professional, such as myself, and we'll just do it for you. That easy. All right, and the last step is you want to review and adjust your budget accordingly. So at the end of the month, you're just going to compare your actual spending to what you actually budgeted for and make adjustments. Because, hey, you may actually spend more than what you budgeted for. In that case, you may need to increase your budget. Or you may spend less, and then if that's the case, then you want to decrease your budget. And then all that extra money, put it into savings or whatever you want to do with it. You can spend it. You can be careless. You can be careless and wild and free. It's yours, right? But whatever you want to do it. A budget is a living document, so every month it will need to be adjusted to your current situation. It needs to reflect what's actually going on in your life, so it's not going to change. And if anybody tells you that, so it's not going to stay the same. And if anybody tells you otherwise, you probably need to get another professional. But yeah, those are the 5 steps to budgeting. If you need any help or assistance with budgeting on your own, feel free to reach out to me. You have a good day.